Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel, man. And today is the day that I'm going to talk about the generations, each one, the first one through the sixth generation Camaro, which one I feel like is the best looks wise, styles wise, and the best one I feel like GM has ever came out with. I was having this debate today with my coworker, and he felt like the third gen is like the best one they ever came out with. Me personally, I don't feel like that, but I'm gonna rank all of them. And since there were 6 generations, I'm gonna rank all of them. Y'all drop a comment below and let me know what y'all think and how y'all rank all the 6 generations of the Camaro, like looks wise, styles wise, and which feel like it's the better one to you guys. So stay tuned, keep watching, and I'm gonna let the intro spin. All right, y'all, so I'm back like I never left. Pulled another video off the shelf for you guys, man. So we're just gonna jump straight into it, man, based on how I feel like the Camaros, styles wise, look wise, performance wise, what I feel like I should rank these, man. So if we take, honestly, if I take the performance out of it in general, like the performance out of them, just look at looks, if we had, imagine we had all 6 generations here, me personally, I feel like the first gen is the best gen. I don't care what no one else say about that, man, because just the styling of it, the 67 through the 69, man, was just iconic. The first gen is like, it was nice, the design of it and everything, and that's like one of my favorite gens. Like if I wanted to resto mod, that's like the very first one I would get, because I just love the looks of it. I love how the headlights look in it and the rear tail lights look in it, man. And then they got that little wicker bill, like how they did the wicker bill on it, like it sit up a little bit higher. Like that was nice. Like they was way ahead of their time on that 67 through 69 Camaro, man. So me personally, I rank it as the number one. The first gen is always the best gen, so I always rank that number one. So with that being said, now that we got the first one out the way, what do I rank out of all 6 of them? Well, now we got 5 of them left on the list. Me personally, I would go for the third gen. The reason why I choose the third gen is because like that was a time where they introduced the T-tops. The T-tops was iconic. I grew up in that car because of course my parents, they had a Camaro with the T-tops IROC, and I just love that car, man. And I actually seen like burnouts and everything in that car, and I feel like I love the look of that car because I remember, like, instead of having sunroofs, like that was it gave me like, it was like the Camaro at that time where it was like half Corvette, half Camaro, man, at the same time, man. I just love that T-top look. Like if that's something out of any design that they come out with, I would say like the T-top design is the way to go. But I mean, there was some issues with that where it was leaking every time it rains. I mean, I feel like it was leaking a little bit more than a convertible at the time, but even though the design was nice, even though I love the way it looks, I feel like the third gen is the second best gen that they ever came out with, followed by, I would say, the 6th gen. I say the 6th gen is the very best gen. If y'all notice, like I'm sticking to the odd numbers here. So the first gen, the third gen, and the 6th gen, I feel like are the very best looking generations they came out with so far. Like, and followed up with that, I would say for the 4th ranking on my list, I feel like the 5th gen is the very best gen after that. Because it was a lot heavier. Yes, the 5th gen was a dedicated muscle car. It was in that era of muscle cars, but I really didn't care for it. I really didn't like the tail lights, even though this 20 year is paying homage to it based on the rear tail lights. These rear tail lights is better to me than on the 2013 through 2015, I would say, body style. I never really did care for those tail lights like that. Or am I getting it backwards? Yeah, I like these, the 2013 to the 2015 tail lights. I like those, so scratch that. But when they did that gen where it was like a thinner like a thinner tail light back there. I didn't really care for that at all on the 5th gen. So that refresh bothered me a lot on the rear end of that. And it was like not too many manufacturers give you like an aftermarket look for that. So that's why the 5th gen is like the lowest one on my list. And realistically, like during that phase, like out of all the 5th gens, like really the one to start after for, and that was me. If I'm wanting to get a 5th gen, honestly, like yes, there's ZL1s and I can build those up to make it fast. But honestly, like the Z28 is like the one. And I feel like that's why everybody likes the Z28 because it has that 427 block in it. And the 1st gen had like that 427 block in it, and that's just the way to go. Kind of disappointed that they did not do that for the 6th gen, but I mean, if you want to go aftermarket, of course you can put a 427 in there yourself. I know plenty of people who did, and they love the car like that. I may go 427 on this route, on this build, but who knows, man. But that is where the 5th gen rank on my list. It's number 4. Now, with that being said, the 2nd gen and the 4th gen is not the best looking in my opinion. That's why they're at the bottom too. But I still would give the 4th gen in 5th place. And then the 2nd gen in the very last place. I hate the 2nd gen a lot. I do not care for the looks of that at all for some reason. I don't know why. It's just the design cues, and I know they try to go wide body a little bit on there, but it did not fit me well. Now the 5th gen, but the 4th gen, that was the ugliest Camaro of all times. I'm not even gonna lie, like I hated that Camaro too. Like it was just ugly. Very ugly. The only reason why that Camaro is on the 5th on the list is because it's lightweight. It's the lightest Camaro that we have seen thus far in today's time, man. But it's just the ugliest one, man. I don't know, like that design and everything, I can see why it has its purpose, but man, I do not like it at all. I would never own that Camaro, man. Even though it has its purpose, and I know in today's time, if you're building it up and making it like the fastest car, that's the one to go with because it's the lightest, because it's more aerodynamic. But I just didn't care for that at all. I feel like they could have went a little bit more better with that design. But I mean, if it's aerodynamic over weight, I guess that's what you had to choose for that platform. And last but not least, like I said before, like the 2nd generation, the 1970s through the 81s Camaros, I really didn't care for that look, the body style, the whole look of it. Like that car seemed kind of off to me. Now I seen a lot of people do a lot of resto mods to them. They look kind of good with the resto mods, but that just wasn't not my favorite generation. So wrapping this video up, man, I say like the 1st gen is the very best gen because it's just the one that started the trend of them all, of the Camaros. And then 2nd, like I said, it was I forgot, man, but y'all already know what I said, so y'all go back and check it, man, because y'all watched it all the way through. But man, y'all drop a comment below and let me know what y'all think, man. How do y'all rank the generations of Camaros based on looks wise? What y'all think is like the better looking Camaro? And rank them yourself and drop a comment below and let me know what y'all think. So like that, man, that's gonna wrap this video up. If y'all like this video, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to follow the MOC. And like that, I see you guys in the next video.